You guys, I got some new native plants. But first, this happened. Look who is laying eggs on my roof. Finally, an eastern black swallowtail. Look at that egg right there. So, of course, you know, I am preparing a space for them in my garden room. And at first, they're going to go in this little incubator. And I will be collecting cuttings as I see her laying the eggs, keeping these little ones nice and safe inside my garden room so predators can't get to them. Outside in my garden, I have 3 potted root plants that I've been saving just for this. So when those sweet babies hatch and get a little bigger, I'll move them onto these plants and then they can continue eating those safe in one of my indoor enclosures. And I just moved them inside so they won't get eggs. And I got a nice little supply of cuttings with eggs, so hopefully soon I'll have some little caterpillars. Then we had the best time up in St. Augustine. We visited a nursery called Southern Horticulture, and my daughter and I just had the best time shopping together. My husband was there too. And I love that they have a native plant section. And yes, I made some purchases. Yes, I bought my daughter some more plants too. So let's go see what I brought home. One of them I'd never heard of. Up first is me. I had to have a brown-eyed Susan because I'm a brown-eyed Susan. And of the Rudbeckias native to Florida, these have the most dainty flowers. So they're a lot smaller than what you'd see like with Rudbeckia hirta. Actually, I have one right behind me. This is a Rudbeckia hirta. It is also the rarest Rudbeckia native in Florida, and it's only native to the Panhandle. Now, it's northern states that it's native in. It is not rare. It is also an endangered species in Florida. It lives kind of like an annual where it'll die back and reseed. The Rudbeckia hirta is the same way, and it has come back year after year. So I'm hoping that this will as well. It prefers full sun to part shade. I'll probably keep it in a pot for its first year with me just to see how it does. And I don't know, we'll go from there. Hopefully I'll get some seeds from it and I can grow more. Oh, and what else I'm doing now on my signs? Common name on the front, scientific name on the back, Rudbeckia triloba. And triloba is for the 3-lobed leaves. This next one is a booger. And why do I say that? Well, because the sign on the pot says a black tie-tie, Cliftonia monophylla. But also is this, which also says tie-tie, and it says Cerilla parviflora. So I was like, okay, well, what does iNaturalist say? iNaturalist said with 87% accuracy, swamp tie-tie, which is Cerilla racemiflora. So this plant has 3 signs, you guys. 3 signs. And it's going to be one of these. So I don't know. I'm just going to kind of, I don't really know what I'm going to do. But I don't have one of these. And honestly, I'd never heard of it. And it gets, look at these little flowers. It makes me think of the sweet almond because it flowers like this, and all the little pollinators that love it will probably love this also. And this is a Florida native. It's an evergreen shrub/tree, but it doesn't get big and you can prune it to keep it small. And it blooms in the spring. It's one of my favorite kinds of plants because it loves a swampy bog setting. And have I got just the pot for it. It likes full sun to partial shade, and it's native in the panhandle of Florida, which is probably why I haven't heard of it. But I have other plants in my garden that are only native in the panhandle, and they do well here. It's the ones that are native south of me I really have to worry about, like in the winters if we have a freeze. But the ones that are native north of me, I'm like, we're good. We're good. I just have to give you a little bit more shade, to make sure you can take our heat here in Central Florida, which this one likes full sun to part shade. So that'll do just fine in my garden. And I'm just delighted. I am delighted to have a new somebody that I hadn't heard of before with 3 names. I've already put the next one in its spot in my garden because it's another spice bush. And so I have them up here. Remember, I have them on risers with my balloon milkweeds, which are blooming. Look how pretty they are. I love how their little flowers hang down. I have missed having these in my garden. And you know what else about them? We're off topic. I know. I can't be perfect. And the wind needs to stop blowing them away while I'm trying to tell you about them. These do great as cuttings. So I have a few caterpillars I brought in, monarchs and queens, and I'm just coming out and taking cuttings of these. So I've been using these to feed my caterpillars. And as you can see, the pollinators absolutely love these flowers. Like they're all over them. So anyway, look at the spice bush. I mean, look at all the leaves. I love having small potted spice bush. That way, when I get caterpillars on them, I just put the whole pot in the enclosure. And they like shade, which this one mostly gets. It's getting a little sun right now, but that's why they're tucked in under my balloon milkweeds. And then if I just trim back my my snow square stem again. But I can let it grow a little taller because it'll help block and give this more shade also. So there's another one. And I saw 2 spice bush swallowtails in my garden. So hopefully I'll be getting more eggs because I love them and I want to raise more of them. This is a royal catchfly, and I'm happy to say that its tag and its other tag match. And I have one of these, and it bloomed. It was beautiful. Butterflies loved it. And it came back the next year, and then the year after that, it didn't, which would be this year. So I was so happy to see another one. And I'm just going to try and probably leave it in a pot so I can keep up with its location and take better care of it. It's extremely rare in Florida. It's only in Jackson County near the Georgia border. It blooms late summer to early fall, and it looks like it might be putting a bud on. It likes rich soil, moist, not too dry. It's suggested to plant it in a large landscape pot, which is probably what I'm going to do. It is pollinated by hummingbirds. Woohoo! I have regular hummingbird visitors in my garden, so that's fabulous. And I am glad to have the opportunity to try and successfully maintain another royal catchfly. Spotted bee balm. Why I don't have this in my garden? I don't know. I do not know, and it's about time I had it. Go ahead, y'all. Tell me in the comments. It's about time you got the spotted bee balm. And like, it's a huge pollinator favorite. Why don't I have this fabulous plant? It blooms late spring to fall, attracts a huge varieties of pollinators, goes winter dormant, and likes dry to moist, well-drained soil. It's just an ordinary, I can just stick it in my garden plant. Why don't I have this? I am so excited to see it bloom. The blooms are awesome. If you haven't seen this, look it up. And I'll, of course, be showing them to you when it blooms in my garden. Oh my gosh, I've got some new blooms to show you in this video too. I've got to remember to do that. All right, spotted bee balm. I have one now. I got another sky flower because I love them. And this one just looks like this, but let me go show you the one that's blooming in my garden right now. It's spectacular. It's a bog plant. So I have it back here in one of my wetland pots. There's a Gulf fritillary. There's a bunch of passiflora incense growing in back here. She's probably looking for a place to lay eggs. Taking a little break. Look at these flowers. They are so pretty. And this whole pot's so happy back here. It gets good sunshine, but it also gets a little bit of respite from the sun in the middle of the day. So it's doing very well. This also has a button bush in it, and it has my secret. Shh, don't tell. Look, a secret Asclepias incarnata. And look. Yep, it's going to flower. And nothing has laid eggs on it. Nobody, no queen, no monarch. It's just hidden back here. It came up on its own. I was like, oh, hello. Yes, you can be there. And so I'm just leaving it because I'm hoping to get seeds. I'm going to get some incarnata seeds one way or the other. But look how beautiful this is. I also dug out a little bit of this and put it in my completely overgrown bottom of my wetland garden. Look at who's trying to come up. I need to get some water in here. My orangiums are going to put on their stalks to get the blooms, but it survived. You can see it's right back here. And I just want those little blue flowers all in and throughout here. So I hope this one blooms. Okay, this little guy was another conundrum. And look, there's some kind of little cone in there. You see it? Sometimes buying plants at native plant shops is cool because you end up with seeds to other things that show up later. So I love that. Anyway, this on the tag says vanilla plant, but then it says vanilla planifolia, which I put a big X by because the vanilla planifolia is not native. That's one that they actually use to make actual vanilla from, and it's way native more south of here. So fortunately, a high naturalist was on it and gave me this. And it is a vanilla plant, but this is the Florida native vanilla plant, not what the tag on the plant says, which is kind of disheartening. But you know what? I love that this is a regular nursery that has a native plant section. And hang on, we have to pause for a butterfly. Would you look at that gorgeous Gulf fritillary on my gorgeous cone flowers? Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. But then when I was looking up to research it, I also came up with the name of Carphophorus odoratissimus, which is a synonym. Which that means that somebody named it And then somebody else came along and said, no, I think it's this. And so then they have this long line of scientific names that are synonyms to each other, but the newest one is the one that counts. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, this plant loves full sun to part shade. Soil can be moist to moderately dry. It will add little pups beside it that'll come up around it, and then I'll have more of them. And it blooms late summer to fall. It's a good nectar source for late season butterflies and pollinators. And it's not this, it's this. And then lastly, I got another wavy leaf aster. I have one of these the first year I put in my Florida native wildflower garden, and then it didn't come back. But I'm glad to have this back, and we're going to give it a go again. This little one can get 5 feet tall. And it's also a late season bloomer, late summer into October, November for those end of the year, late season pollinators. It's also a larval host to the pearl crescent. It is extremely valuable to native bees. And it likes partial shade with dappled sunlight. And that might be why mine didn't come back, because it was like in more full sun. But it grew really well where it was. So I have another corner of the garden that I can plant this that does get those lighting conditions. And we'll see how it does. I love adding more native plants to my collection. And just when I think I'm like really familiar with them all, I find new ones still all the time. And I hope there's still more new ones out there for me to find. Actually, there is. I'm trying to get my hands on one. I'm hunting for one. I found a cool one. So hopefully I'll get it and I will share it with you. All right. Are you guys ready to see some most fabulous, beautiful, amazing creatures that have chosen to reside, visit, spend some time in my garden over the past few days? I love it. Let's go see them. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous giant swallowtail. Join the zinnia. There's a monarch up on the Mexican sunflower. And look at what the wind. It's amazing how they just hang on and keep eating while they're like rocking all over the place. This is a little golf fritillary laying eggs. This is a polka dot wasp moth. Host plant is the oleander, and these are spectacular little creatures. I mean, look at their coloring. It's a diurnal moth, which means it flies during the day, and I love them. I love their long feathery antenna, and they're just incredible little creatures. Here's a little muncher out on my pipe vine that's growing back. These are my Atala chrysalides. Remember my Atalas? And wait till you see. Look at how far we're walking. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? We're going out here past this little shepherd's hook. We're still walking. We're still walking. Look how far this little booger went to get over here. Did you see all that distance we traveled? That little tiny red caterpillar came all the way over here to pupate on my scarlet hibiscus. Look at this adorable carpenter bee. Here's a little fiery skipper on my aquatic milkweed that's blooming. These little guys are so cute. And I love that this little one didn't mind if we got super close. Here we go. Look at that adorableness. I love it. horse's dusky wing. Gulf fritillary caterpillars munching on my corky stem passion vine. Look how cute. And look, you're only going to see this one for a second, but that was my eastern tiger swallowtail. And here's a gorgeous Gulf fritillary. The Gulf fritillary knew how to stick around to be filmed, unlike the eastern tiger swallowtail. Absolutely beautiful spice bush swallowtail. Loving my firebush, and I'm loving that my firebush is blooming finally. It got hit really, really hard in our 2 nights in the 20s. This is just butterflies flitting back and forth. You can just see their little flashes going here and there. And here's another look. There's 2 of them. Are they not adorable? I found this little guy in my outdoor enclosure where my milkweed's supposed to be growing back, not being eaten by a queen caterpillar. So he went inside. And y'all look. 2 more giant swallowtails ready to be released. They're raised in the outdoor enclosure. And both of them flew off perfectly. There they go. And then I noticed, oh, look, this is my plant that's supposed to be growing back. It's covered in eggs. So, you know, what is a butterfly gardener to do but move that pot into my outdoor enclosure? More coming soon. A lot of my monarchs I raised inside are eclosing, and look at them all. I love it. And I've been releasing them in my garden, watching them fly free. Never ever gets old. And this is my zebra swallowtail, about ready to come out of that chrysalis. And there it is, hanging there on its host plant, a pawpaw. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is the second one of the 2 that I got a chance to raise. Look how perfect, how beautiful. I was thinking these would be great 4th of July butterflies. And look how busy it is. Like, it's like, let me out, let me out, let me out of here. It's landed on my grow light, which so many people say, oh, it's pink. It's not pink. It just looks pink as the grow light. It's white, and there it goes. Okay, somebody just flew out over my head, but we've got a giant swallowtail, 2 giant swallowtails, 3 giant swallowtails. I think a Gulf fritillary already flew out. There's a little zebra longwing. This is so fun, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to go set them free, let them fly. That one went right out to a zinnia. Oh, here goes little zebra longwing. Yay! Yep, that's your host plant right there. All right, I got one more. This giant swallowtail's just being real chill here. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, there's another zebra longwing in here, too. I'm not sure this one's ready to fly yet. It might still be drying its wings. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, the other one just went out. So let's go see this one. Let's go see this one here on... Ooh, zinnia is brand new. Brand new. Wouldn't it be fun if I could interview them? Say, what's it like to fly for the first time? And taste that sweet nectar after eating wild lime leaves. Huh, I bet that's pretty good. Look, there's one up roosting in my bald cypress tree. It's a hot one today for sure in my garden. I'm going to definitely have to be watering. We did get good rain yesterday. It's possible we'll get more today, but my potted plants, they're not going to wait for that. So I'm going to go get this video up for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and please tap the like button. Here's the emoji question. If you are absolutely loving the FIFA World Cup is going on right now, post a bunch of soccer balls. If you know it's on, but you're not watching, just post one soccer ball. And if you're like, what's FIFA World Cup? Post a question mark. All right. I'll be chatting with y'all in the comments. So talk to me. Talk to me there. Bye, everyone. And here is a little most fabulous footage of Anastasia State Park. And we're walking out on the ramp out to see the beach and the ocean. There's a bunch of Passiflora incarnata growing all in there, and I didn't see one butterfly. Here's the seashore. This is my absolute favorite beach. I love it. It's gorgeous and it's not ever crowded. It's part of the state park. You have to pay to get in there, and you can camp there, which I have, and it's hot. All right.